to be right or to be wrong? That is the question. Are you right or are you wrong? When you look at other individuals, the answer to that is we are all right and wrong at the same time. Perceived through different eyes, different minds. Some will say you're right, some will agree. Some will say you're wrong, those ones will disagree. Knowing it or seeing it from this higher perspective will give everybody a bit of a woosah, because the power struggle is not what it is. Though that's what our, these times have existed with and in is this power struggle. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be right. All right? But to say you're right above somebody else it does not make it factual. Okay? A lot of people don't like to be perceived as wrong, so they do their damnedest to portray to be correct, and they will fight and fight and fight by proving that or justifying, what they have, what information, insight, or knowledge that they have that makes them right. But when you look at it from a different scope, through a different lens, we're all on different timelines. People are experiencing things differently. Think of it like procreation, right? Think of it like you have babies. Those babies turn to toddlers. Those toddlers turn to preteens. Those preteens turn to teenagers. Those teenagers turn to young adults, etc., right? And the cycle repeats itself. So everybody is going to be able to perceive things at their own pace, at their own time, at their own level. And as things shift, so does the perception, so does the perspective. You have to be okay with being wrong, and you have to be okay with being right. Some individuals will think you are right, and some will think you're wrong. And they're both accurate, because everybody is on their own timeline. So where somebody could perceive something as truth, and sincerely, authentically see it as their truth, it's right. It's right because that's the timeline that they're on. When they evolve, maybe they'll reflect and see, they've evolved, and so has their truth. So at that current moment, though, it's truth. And it doesn't give anybody the right to say, oh, no, you're wrong, because I've excelled from there, right? I've exceeded that place, that level, so you're wrong, because you too were there. And you too felt you were right in that same place, in that same position. So it doesn't necessarily make the individual wrong. They're just on their own timeline. And it doesn't make you wrong. It doesn't make them right. It doesn't make them wrong. It doesn't make you right or wrong either with the timeline that you're on, because they're still growing to do. They're still evolving. No one is ever going to be perfect. And we all experience things differently. We perceive and see them differently, and there are levels to all things. So where you may meet somebody that reminds you of yourself a few chapters ago, don't try to teach them new tricks. Don't try to teach them your evolved status or energy or just whatever. Allow them to go through their timeline just like you had to go through yours. And also remember, judgment is not yours. Remain unbiased, remain respectful, have compassion and empathy for those that are on different timelines than you. And the best thing that you can do for somebody, especially energies that you may entertain, that may not be on your same level of consciousness or awareness, is to allow them to freely go through their chapters without judgment, without criticism. If they're seeking constructive criticism, then by all means. But don't place yourself like you have some type of authority or power over them because of the fact that you've excelled or exceeded the capacity of where they're at in that current moment. The best thing you can do, the way you can show love, compassion, and have empathy is by just simply allowing them to go through that timeline, that chapter, at their own pace, their own way, their own course, okay? Their own direction, whatever. You can't challenge a mind that is not ready to see it at a different level. They've not made it there yet. They haven't made it through the level that they're at now. And so hold space for those individuals. Some may even look at you like you're a goody two-shoes, or you think you're better, or you think that you can't ever be wrong, or you're just perfect. But you've been there. You've already experienced that. And you know better. But getting them to understand and see it from the higher perspective of where you're at in the capacity, okay, at the frequency that you're at, no, you're not going to be able to. It's going to be an epic fail every time because of the simple fact that they are not at that frequency just yet. You don't want to apply pressure where pressure is, it's not going to be effective. It's going to be more so catastrophic. Okay? So, anyways, that's all I have for you. I love you. Peace, love, and light.